on the 17th of February, the president of your country did something you wouldn't expect him to do. And up to today, it has brought speculation. Philosophers are questioning the end of it. So on the 17th of February, this man wakes up and hands over the highest form of power in the army to the current Chief of Defense Forces. I tried to study the current CDF, and surprisingly, the current CDF is as old as Uganda. So I said, Lord, on the 17th of Feb, yes. The Lord told me, now dig it. Dig in it and find out what it is. It's called the UPDF Establishment Act. And of about the 5 to 6 things that instrument enforces is this one thing: the merging of new entities in the army, but also the liberty to do away, to deal with the army as you wish. So when that man wakes up in the morning and he says, you are fired from the army, nobody can question him, not even Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. The Lord told me, now pray against, this is what he called, the purging of darkness. Because if I can have that form of power, in the military, there's what they call purging. And the interest of this, again, as I listened to the president speak about this Establishment Act, he kept talking about Uganda and the future. And he kept talking about, in case something happened, you go and study the purgings that have happened after that a president was not sure of what would happen. Those purgings are to simply, number one, deal away with those who have influence, okay, to oppose the intention of the intended ideal. But some of them are necessary also to limit power, to reduce power in the hands of those that have it from the population. I don't want us to stand here one time and we are reading news of fallen soldiers. Tikundi bamukubya amasasi, we don't know how he died. So and so went, so and so resigned, so and so was strangled, so and so, because let me tell you, but that's going to depend on how you pray for these people. Whether you want it or not, a purging is coming.
The Prophet's Diary, dated Saturday, 4th March, at the nation's altar. During a teaching by the man of God, Prophet Xavier Calais Alpha, the Spirit of God emphasized on the significance of the actions of the President of Uganda, who installed the UPDF Establishment Act, thereby giving the Chief of Defense Force power over the army. The Spirit also spoke of the purging that was to come in the army. Purging, according to the Oxford Dictionary, is the abrupt or violent removal of a group of people from an organization or place. On the 22nd of April, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni retires 4 other generals from the UPDF. This retirement brings the number of UPDF generals retired in less than a year to 18 and over 50 colonels, which has left many wondering why the massive exit of senior military personnel, as put by the Independent newspaper on 24th April 2024. The UPDF Air Force also bade farewell to 16 retired senior officers that served in the Air Force at the Air Force headquarters in Entebbe. This followed the official retirement ceremony held on 22nd April 2024 at the Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs headquarters in Boya. This took Ugandans by surprise, and these were their comments on Twitter. Ewan James said, retiring them to pave him a non-objection service and leadership as the CDF. And Flora said, these activities are pointing to some country in Asia. The president retired all those that had worked hard with his father, and what happened after only God will serve. This takes me back to the time when Absalom took over power in Israel. The guy only worked with the youth that misled him and ended up dividing Israel, one in the northern and the southern. As citizens cried of too much taxes, he only said that it was just the beginning. In the teaching, the man of God also spoke about deaths in the army. A number of generals, such as Brigadier General Stephen Chigundu, who was said to have died due to electrocution in his bathroom at his residence in Entebbe, Wakiso district on March 31st. Also, another senior military officer Major Nsamba Habib on 19th April was killed in a nasty road collision involving 3 vehicles on the Kampala-Jinja Road in Buike district. The Observer stated that there are many officers who have died over the last 15 years, but some of whom, battle-hardened and with bullet scars to show, have met their death under flimsy circumstances, raising questions about the safety of such valuable assets. The paper continues to say the death of Chigundu, the Deputy Air Force Commander, resurrects memories of loss of individuals such as Major General James Kazini, General Aronda Nyakairima, Brigadier Noble Mayombo, Lieutenant General Paul Lokech, whose deaths left more questions than answers. God is ahead of us and will lean and trust that when he says to pray, there is hope for salvation. Psalms 6:9. The Lord has heard my plea. The Lord will answer my prayer.